Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Nashville Super Speedway for the 5th race weekend of the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series Season 3. Last week, we saw James Ellison capture his first victory of the season, leading most of the race at North Wilkesboro and coming away with the win after he started second and outdueled Andrew Rich from the high side. This is heat number 1. Let's get you to your starting lineup on the front row. We have Casey Nanako and Andrew Rich. Row 2 is Marty Johnson and Bobo Jones. Row 3, Ryan Brommer and Hunter Braxton. Row 4 is Adam Flickinger and Eli Bright, who missed last week's event. And in row 5, we have Quinton Moore and Cole Deaver. Row 6, 7, row 8, row 9, row 10, row 11, and there's row 12. A couple of notables to go over. If we look at the point standings, we have Andrew Rich still at the top, 22 points above Hunter Braxton, and 34 points ahead of Dylan Young. Sky Commons up to 4th in points, RJ Bishop up to 5th, and Adam Flickinger skyrocketed up to 6th. Matthew Logan 7th, Seth Cole 8th, Dale Lightning 9th, and Bobo Jones 10th. As I was kind of rambling over the command, 19 lap heat races here today. Main event will be tonight. Marty Johnson starting 3rd. His pit crew has seemingly failed him every heat race that he needs them to perform. He's 48th in points. He's tied with Peter Onjak for that position. 6 points between the two drivers. Onjak has not made a race since Talladega. So that 90 team needs to pull it together. Their teammate Benny Watson continues to make race after race in the series. Green flag is out. 19 laps of action on the way here at Nashville. And we'll see how difficult it is to pass on the inside line. This track is known for having a very good outside lane. So far, Casey Nanako and Rich appear to be even. Chevrolet has won 6 heat races this season. Ford has won 2. Toyota is at 0. Rich, with enough of a run on the top side, will lead that first lap. And he will clear Nanako into turn 1. Bobo Jones does the same. Into 3rd place goes the Zero car. Marty Johnson trying to fight back hard on the bottom. 3 wide action right here. That's Deaver, Wild, and Commons. Now Sorlin's on the bottom 3 wide. And you see the outside line run. Deaver got there. He cleared him. And it looks like someone's had a failure, and it's the 6 of Adam Flickinger. We just mentioned how he catapulted his way up the point standings, but it looks like he will be going right back down. Failure for the 6 team here today, and that really jacked up the field. 3 wide all around, and this will be the first race Adam Flickinger will miss on the season. There are still a decent number of drivers who have made every race, and the handful of drivers who have only made 1 race. From this heat, I believe those drivers are Shane Beckett and Peter Onjak. Beckett making his debut last race. Slade Jagger trying to fight hard on that inside line. But being outrun, it's him, Benjamin Ice, and Magora. Right now, the other bottom 3 with Adam Flickinger. Shane Beckett looking to make what would be his 2nd race in a row. Onjak looking to make his 1st race since Talladega. RSS Racing has been doing very well lately. Zachary Fitzwater is the lone driver in this heat, but teammates Hudson and Riggs are in heat 2. Hudson did amazing in his heat race last week, while Riggs performed very well in the race and got his first top 10 of the season. He jumped up to 23rd in the standings with that performance. Sorlin on the outside of Sekuli, who's looking to his inside. Andrew Rich continuing to lead the race, looking to be the first driver to win 2 heat races. Sky Commons will look to the inside of Martin Wild for 9th. It looks like he will have a pretty good edge here on Wild through 1 and 2. Let's see if he gets them in 3 and 4. He does. He'll take away 9th place from the 76. Sekuli right behind him, looking for 10th. Marty Johnson so far has not done terrible after starting in 3rd. He's fallen down to 7th, but otherwise looking pretty good. Atlanta winner Eli Bright up to 6th. Remember, missed last week with some kind of problem. Eli sits 11th in the standings with his 1 win. That's his only top 5 and top 10 in 3 races. Field has single filed pretty well. Bubba Jones 5th, Brommer 4th, as Hunter Braxton is going to try and take away 2nd place from Casey Nanako. See if he can track down teammate Andrew Rich for that heat lead. Now both Braxton and Rich have a heat win apiece. It's been 4 Chevrolet wins for the season. 3 out of Junior Motorsports, 1 out of Colleague Racing. So, as far as heat wins go, the only Junior Motorsports drivers without heat wins is Matthew Logan and Eli Bright. Lightning has the heat win from Dega, but he does not have a race win on the season yet. We're halfway through this heat. Braxton continuing the battle next to Nanako for 2nd. That's allowing Ryan Brommer to creep up from 4th. But the 12 and the 7 are not really losing distance to the 1. So that is something interesting to state. We'll see what happens when Brommer gets here. Adam Flickinger 5 laps down. Is he still on pit road? Now he is back on the racetrack, but definitely out of this thing. Eli Bright has made his way around Bobo Jones for 5th. So all 3 Junior Motorsports cars in this race are in the top 5. Nanako just refuses to give up for 2nd. Brommer's going to maybe try and push Braxton into turn 3. Tire has picked up tremendously, down to a 2.5 seconds off the best laps. Johnson up to down to 6th. Sekuli's up to 8th. Sorlin 9th, and Commons is 10th. And it looks like with the help from Brommer, Braxton might have a shot to get by Nanako here. Oh, and Brommer's going to make it 3 wide. Never mind, he's going to pit. So Rich and Brommer will be the first to come down pit road. That'll leave Nanako and Braxton battling for the top spot. But let's see what this first group does here for pit stops. They'll be on lap 13 or 14. So 6 laps remaining. Let's see what the 1 of Andrew Rich elects to do. He took fuel only versus right side tire takers last week. That's the call, right sides only. Ooh, Brommer coming out really close next to Andrew Rich here. And Braxton and the Nako remain on the racetrack so far, so they are trying to stretch it to where they will take fuel only, it seems. Brian Tremblay and Bobo Jones are in. It looks like they're taking right sides. Yep, indeed. Braxton's going to stay out another lap, and the Nako pits. This is make or break strategy stuff right here, guys. If you stay out too long, those right side tires might come around. Sorlin has the right sides up in the air. Let's see what Nanako does. He's doing the same thing. Braxton's coming down. Common's coming down. Deaver will stay out. There's Rich and Brommer. They're the top two who have pit already. Donovan Cage in the 40 machine has yet to come down pit road. He's running second. And Slade Jagger is in third. So those three drivers have not come down pit road yet. Ooh, and contact is getting very sketchy here. Here comes Cole Deaver. Braxton and Commons are already done. Not sure what they did, but Deaver will come to pit road coming to 2 to go. There's Slade Jagger. No sign of Donovan Cage in the 40 car. Is Donovan trying to stretch this thing on fuel? This would be a huge heat win upset if he pulls it off. Where is Marty Johnson running? Okay, he is top 20. He's looking pretty good right now. But no, Donovan Cage, he can't do it. He cannot make it one more lap, so he will peel down, coming to the white flag. Now that means where's Cole Deaver? There is the 10. There's Andrew Rich. They're not even the leaders. It's Hunter Braxton. Braxton and Commons have hopped the 1 and the 3. The 40 will take fuel only from the looks of things. But it's a long pit stop. He will not return with the lead. And Hunter Braxton just behind the 40. He'll take the lead right at the start-finish line. Where's the 40 coming out? That's the real question here. Ooh, that might have been a very bad decision. It's gonna be close. Maybe more so for Slade Jagger. He does not have good tires. Braxton leads. Brommer's trying to close in, but it's not going to be enough. Braxton will win his second heat race of the season. Slade Jagger will lose 19th to Baco Magora out of 4, but he will advance to the main event. So Shane Beckett, Peter Onjak continuing to miss races, and Frodemar Otts will actually miss Nashville. Looking at the points, Otts came in 31st in points. This is the second race of the season he will miss, but the second heat win of the season for Hunter Braxton. So Onjak misses his 4th race in a row. That team has just got to pull stuff from Benny Watson in the 36. Marty Johnson's going to make his 3rd race of the season. Hopefully he doesn't finish last this time. And with that said, I will see you guys for heat number 2 coming up shortly. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for heat number 2 for the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series. As you all know, Hunter Braxton winning heat number 1. Adam Flickinger will miss his 1st race of the season. Frodemar Otts his 2nd, with Peter Onjak and Shane Beckett missing their 4th each. On the front row is Nico Tringali and RJ Bishop for heat number 2. Row 2 is Cement Oskin and Edwin Mendez. Row 3, Enzo Nareza and Corey Riggs. Row 4, Matthew Logan and Alexander Rowe. And in row 5, we have Colt Hudson and Johnny Gardner. This is the heat Gardner starting 10th and Rose starting 8th have both only made one start on the season each. Rose sits 46th in points with 7 points on the year. Gardner 41st in points with 36 on the year, thanks to his top 10 run at Talladega, I believe it was. Actually, no, he missed Talladega. I think it was Atlanta. I could be mistaken. We're at the 5th race now, and everything's getting to that point where if you've missed a lot of races, they're starting to blend together. We'll go through the rest of your starting lineup. Here's row 6. Audra Baran-Osca's in that row, and Benny Watson, Peter Onjak's teammate, doing a lot better off than him. Row 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and row 12.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Inside the cockpit of James Ellison. Going to do something new here this time around. We'll show you the start of the race from inside last week's winner, James Ellison, back with those leaf filter colors. We have not had a two-time winner yet on the season. Ellison's luck the first 2 races was terrible, but the last 2 they've been pretty good, so let's see how he fares in this heat race. He starts right behind Dylan Young. Here we come to the green flag. Around Nashville Speedway. Sitting in 16th place is the 11. Alexander Rowe already dropping badly. Gardner has made his way to the bottom line. Corey Riggs and Colt Hudson got some sponsorship back due to their recent string of performance. Night Owl back on board the 38 with code something. Code rum on the 93 once again. Baran-Oscas had those 2 mechanical failures at Atlanta and Rockingham in those heat races. Returned with a great performance at North Wilkesboro, 2nd in her heat race, 2nd in the main race. She's catapulted her way back up the point standings to 20th, so she is 1 point in the top 20 right now. Still a long way to go. As before mentioned, as Nico Tringali leads, this is our last speedway, as the next 5 races will be short tracks at Memphis, Bristol, dirt configuration, Martinsville, Richmond, and Nazareth. Out of those races, I am sure Bristol Dirt and Martinsville will be survival races, so those races could get crazy. The others should be pretty tame, because remember, we're not doing caution flags at short tracks. North Wilkesboro, we had I think 2 or 3 incidents, but not a lot of carnage. Tringali had a pretty good lead, but Oskin has suddenly closed up tremendously on the 16. How about Enzo Nareza actually having a pretty good run here in his heat? He's running in 3rd right now. Joe Gibbs has not had the best season except for Sky Commons in the 19. He's 4th in points. Nareza currently sits 19th in the standings as Cavanero sits 32nd. Both Nareza and Cavanero do not have a top 10 on the season. Speaking of top 10, since Bishop got his first top 10 of the year, last week. The highest driver without a top 10 in the standings is now Enzo Nereza in 19th. The highest driver without a top 5 is Bishop in 5th. As we look at the point standings, we come back, well, I came back to look to see that Matthew Logan, one of the 2 junior motorsports drivers without a heat win, and the only other driver, or I'm sorry, one of the 2 drivers also without a main event win, is passing him for 3rd as Oskin looks for the lead on Tringali. Now Logan is unique. He's the only junior motorsports driver without both a heat and race win. So he's got neither. Bright won at Atlanta, but he has not won a heat. Lightning won a heat race at Dega, but he has not won a race. Logan has neither. So he's up here. He's looking for that lead. We saw Braxton pit a little later than Rich. He took fuel only. He was high enough in the running order to where he gained time. I mean, Brahmer was coming for him though with those right side, those fresh righties. Donovan Cage tried to do something crazy. I kind of hoped he was going to pull it off, but he was unable to. As you look back to heat number 2, Gardner is looking to maybe make it 3 wide. Oskin has taken the lead, and Gardner is going to do just that on Baran-Oscus and the Reza. The clouds rolled in. These cars are going a lot faster into the corners than they were in heat 1. Matthew Logan to the inside of Nico Tringali for 2nd. And it looks like the cloudy condition has made the bottom a better lane. Nereza will lose 2 positions. Baran-Oscus and Gardner pass him for position. Dylan Young has made his way into the top 10. No mechanical failures so far. The 4 on the outside right now. We wait for scoring to update. Is Seth Cole, Jackson King, Wyatt Anderson, and Chris Wheeler. Tringali is continuing to plummet. Oskin in the lead. Logan and Gardner will follow behind 2nd and 3rd. Does Gardner make a move on the 9 as we are more or less 2 to 4 laps from the first group coming to pit road, those that want to take right side tires with their gasoline. Those that don't will most likely hit more laps 16 to 17 and maybe even 18 coming to the white. But they are going faster. They're using a little bit more gas, I feel like. So Tringali was falling back, but he's settled in line in 5th. Cavanero is up to 6th. Dylan Young up to 7th as the Reza continues to plummet. And we have our first group coming down pit road, and it looks like they are led by Zoe Fernandez. Also coming down is Voiles and Seth Cole. So this is a pretty good strategy call for Seth, considering he was in 21st. Voiles had to lift to get to the right there. That might cost him some time. So that was the first group. They're going to gain the most time. Oskin will lead down the 2nd group, and it looks like it is everybody. Everybody's coming down in the 2nd group. So this is interesting. We had about 6 different strategies in heat 1, and now we've only got 2 in this one. So Fernandez, Seth Cole, and Voiles, they all come out. Two tires and fuel for them. See if anything different occurs here. I really doubt it though. Everyone appears to be taking right sides and gas. Oskin will be still the first one off of pit road. There's Fernandez. And Seth Cole definitely gained a lot of positions pitting by himself. Everyone else got snaked up on pit road. See Seth Cole's coming out ahead of Cavanero. So a great call by the 15 team. Fernandez trying to pass Tringali for I believe 5th place. Does she get enough of a run off of 4? She has it at the start-finish line. But we'll see how long she keeps it. So Seth Cole 7th, Cavanero 8th, Young 9th, and Voiles comes out in 10th. So a good move for him. Is anyone big in danger? Dang. James Ellison just passed Riggs for 18th. 20th right now is Cole Baker. As the 4 on the outside are Chris Wheeler, Lucas Catano, Alexander Rowe, and Wyatt Anderson. Anderson on the bumper of Cole Baker. Oskin with a commanding 1.15 second lead over Matthew Logan. Here's a jumble of cars. You see Fernandez cleared Tringali for 5th. Now, that doesn't do anything for you in the heat race. But what a show by this Go Green Racing Chevrolet teammate. Martin Wild and her have, I believe, made every race this season, but I could be mistaken. Let's see. Wild has made every race. Fernandez has missed one. That's right, Fernandez did miss North Wilkesboro last week. That was her first missed races of the year, but otherwise pretty good. She was 25th in points through 3 races. Looks like she's on course to make another one. Meanwhile, we might have a battle for this win. Gardner has made his way by Matthew Logan, and with 1.5 laps to go, is trying to track down Samet Oskin. With 2 Fords at the front, though, one thing's for certain, this will be the first weekend where we do not have the same manufacturer win both heat races. You can see another near 3/10 cut down by the 98, but I think it's going to be too little too late. Seth Cole has made it past Fernandez for 5th. And it'll be Samet Oskin coming out of turn 4 to pick up his first heat win of the season. Oskin wins heat 2 at Nashville, as we will jump straight back. Wyatt Anderson managed to get by Cole Baker for 20th place. And Cole Baker will miss out on Nashville. Alexander Rowe, Lucas Catano, and Chris Wheeler as well. So looking at that over, this will be the first race Baker misses on the season. He's 2nd lowest out of drivers who have made it to every race. Wheeler will miss only his 2nd race of the season. Anderson as well will miss his 2nd event. But Alexander Rowe will stay in the same party as Shane Beckett and Peter Onjak as those with only 1 start on the season. Gardner breaks his slump. This will be his 2nd start. Hopefully he can make it count. He's 41st in the points coming in. He needs to get closer to that top 20 if he is to get a win. That's all for this afternoon. I will see you guys tonight for the main event.